Hey, I'm back. You didn't know I was gone, did you? Yeah, I got me a telephone call and I had to get up, go downstairs, and had a visitor. So I had to take care of that situation. Oh, notice this? That's a bracelet I wear for one of my daughter-in-laws. Got 3 daughter-in-laws. And Deborah down there in Texas with Chef. Got one in Texas, Hope, with Brent, and Christy up there with Doug. Okie dokie. So this is in support of Christy, a lady of faith, just like the others. Can't say none of them because they all believe in God, trust Him. Amen. Okay, talking about my story. I remember working at Rockwell. I worked in Rockwell in Newark and worked in Rockwell in Columbus. I'll tell you about a little incident in Columbus in just a second. But over here at the Rock, I worked with a young man about my age. Not now, back then. So it was a good 50 years ago, if not a little longer. And but the 2 of us were 3 ovens. They were hot. I can't tell you now how hot we had to keep them. And we put automobile parts in those ovens and close the doors on them and leave them in there for so long and then take them out again. And they're blowing and making all kinds of noise. So you couldn't talk on a normal level like I'm doing right now. I hope you have no problems hearing me. But we had to holler in order just to talk to one another, just standing side by side. So he and I got along real well. And so we'd work together for a few days. And he'd curse. He would curse bad. And one day we got to hollering, talking back and forth, and he said something nasty. I can't recall what it was, whether it was he slipped a bad joke in with our normal talking. Something come up that was not good. And he said it and laughed, and I just laughed. And then before I got done with my laugh, I thought, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to be laughing at that. He just said, I just realized what he had done and what he had said. I got to watch my sniffling. And so I told him, I said, hey, I apologize. Man, I didn't mean to laugh when you said that last thing. I said, I got to apologize to you for that. And I said, you know something? You remind me of myself years ago. And then I testified to him. I told him my story. Everybody has a story. I told him my story. How that I was such a horrible cursor. Every other word was a curse word. I didn't give it second thought. It just come out. And but when God came in, all that bad stuff went out. and what a change he made. I can't get over, and I wouldn't stop telling people the change that he has made in my life. I can remember one individual told me a couple different times, said I used to go to our family reunions, but he says I don't go anymore. And he says the reason is several of these, it was a big family. So it was a big reunion. And there was always a group of them would come around and would tell me, yeah, we remember what you was like. We remember how you used to talk and what you used to do. And yeah, you want to talk about God and things like that, but we know, we remember. And he said, I got tired of that, and I don't go anymore. Well, I didn't say anything. It's none of my business. If he asked me, I probably would have told him, but he didn't. So I just kept it to myself. But I thought, man, you lost the best opportunity to testify. Thank God they know exactly how bad you were before coming to God and allowing Him in your life, saying, come in, I open my heart, I open my will, I open my spirit to you, God. Come in and live within me. Oh God, I'll walk with you, and I want you in my walk as I walk, you walk. Amen. I said that was the greatest opportunity. I would have said that was the greatest opportunity you had to tell them, sure, you're right, that's what I was. But look at what God has done for me. That's what He can do for you too. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. There's a man at work, Phelps Dodge, Magnet Wire Company. I walked in there one day, noontime, and just came back from lunch and walked in the door, went back into the factory. And when I did, here come Beanie walking up the aisle. And I stopped and I waited on him, and I saw he had a kind of a frown on his face. He came up to me and he says, I've had it. He said, I don't want any more of that. I'm tired of it. And I said, whoa, man, slow down. What's going on? Well, he said, those guys I'm working around back there on that machine, he said, all they do is curse and say bad things and laugh about it. And I think they do it on purpose because they know I don't like it, and on and on. He says, I'm tired of it, and I don't want any more of it. I said, Beanie, I did tell him. He worked for me. And he went to church where I went to church. I said, Beanie, man, you got the greatest opportunity to testify to them and show them. Even if you don't want to tell them, show them how to act and how to talk. You be the light for them. Let your light so shine among men, whereby they will see your good works and glorify our Father. Amen. That's the purpose of us talking about God, not ourselves, not how great we are. Not get mad and say, I can't stand your talking. I'm getting out of here. But be what we ought to be at all times. Let them see. Let them see. And if you want to tell them, man, I used to be that way, but God changed me. I'm a changed man and a happy one. So take every opportunity you have, every chance that you have. I've got just a few minutes, and I want to tell you, I hope I can get this in. I went to Wittenberg University, and they talked about the professor there in the class I was in, talked about frame of reference. He said, we all react to a frame of reference. One day something will happen in your life, and you'll react to it in a certain way. And whether it be days, weeks, months, years later, that same thing, very close to exactly the same thing, will happen again to you, and you'll react to it in a different way because you react to the last experience that you've had. That was such a great help to me. I went back to work from my sessions that I had up there at Wittenberg. I think I was there a week. And every morning I would go along my inspectors and I would greet them, good morning, call them by name, anything you need, and so forth, and we talked. And I did that every morning. So this morning was the first morning back from college, and I was greeting all of them. And I come up, and the guy's name happened to be Bill, his first name. I said, good morning, Bill. How we doing, man? Never had a bit of problems with him before. He turned and began to curse me. Oh, he blew down. You think he was a sailor. Sorry, all you sailors, but that's what, that's known as a sailor's talk. But he just blew the air. Ordinarily, I would have said in my office, which I had an office, private office out in the factory, I would have taken him in there and I would have said, you don't do that. You don't curse to me. And it's go on, almost self-pious manner. But it clicked just like that. Frame of reference. So I didn't say one word. I just walked away from him. And most of that day, I walked that plant. I really had a time. I had to really take a hold of what I was taught of frame of reference. I said something happened to him by the time he left yesterday at work and came back this morning at work. Something happened in there that he reacted the way he did. I did learn. I come back the next day and I went through my routine like I always do. And my time is coming up and I'm going to end it with this. When I came to Bill that the next morning, I said, good morning, Bill. How we do? I did the same thing. Anything you need or whatever. And Bill was perfect gentleman, just like he always had been in the past. So that just reaffirmed something happened between those hours of leaving the plant and coming back yesterday. Oh, thank God for learning and being taught how to deal with people. That I didn't say something and act up with him. I just dismissed it and I let it go. Amen. My time's up. I guess it is. I'm either shorting myself or I'm shorting you. Anyway, it's been good to come here and be with you this morning or this day again. God bless you. Have a great one. Keep looking up. Keep smiling. Jesus is on the throne. Amen.